Welcome back students in second part of today's lecture. So when we apply Ohm's law separately, so we get this one, V1 equals to IR1, V2 equals to IR2, V3 equals to IR3. Why we are getting like this? So here the resistances of resistors is R1, R2 and R3, and voltages are V1, V2 and V3, but the current flowing through all the resistors is same, that is I. So current through all the resistor is I only. Okay, that's why we have written here as V1 equals to IR1, V2 equals to IR2, V3 equals to IR3. Okay, so when we put these value in equation 1, let me show you equation number 1. This is equation number 1, V equals to V1 plus V2 plus V3. When we put the values of V1, V2 and V3 in equation number 1, we will get this, V equals to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. Then from equation number 2, we know V equals to IRS. By putting that value here, IRS equals to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. Here in each term I is common. We can take I as common. So here R1 plus R2 plus R3, I will cancel. So RS equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Okay. So in series combination we can see the total resistance is the algebraic sum of individual resistances R1, R2 and R3. Okay. So we conclude that in series the resistance of combination RS equals the sum of their individual resistances and is thus greater than any individual resistance. Okay. So here we can see total resistance is in series is equals to the algebraic sum of individual resistances. So obviously the total resistance is more than any individual resistance because it is the algebraic sum of all of them. So this is it for today's lecture. In next lecture we will discuss about parallel combination. Till then, goodbye, take care and do some productive work.